ॐ विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यन्निजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिरिवोद्भूतं यथा निद्रया यस्साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयं तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्रचित्रीकृतं मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगी वयस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ Verse 145 अप्रतिकाधिकरणे तत्क्रतुर्न्याय ईरितः ब्रह्मलोकफलं तस्मात् सकामस्येति वर्णितम्. So in these verses from 136, Vidyaranya talks about a Nirguna Brahma Upasana as a means of Krama Mukti. We have already discussed that Nirguna Brahma Upasana leads to Jivan Mukti. Getting rid of obstacle. And the Shravanam, of course, is there parallelly. So the Mahavakya becomes clear. The person gains Aparoksha Jnana, which is called Sakshatkara. There is nothing other Sakshat. Sakshat means which is direct. Here direct means which is immediate. Other than the self, anything could be direct. Anything in the world. Even including time. Time also is Sakshat, direct, for the Sakshi. And the world, this world which is perceptible, is direct. There is one thing for which we have to change the meaning of word Sakshat as immediate. And that is, what is immediate, Swamiji? What is this immediate? What is here and now is immediate. All the time, here and now. All the time. Any state of experience. One thing only is immediate, or one thing only is here and now, and that is you, for which everything becomes direct and indirect, pratyaksha and paroksha. That the self is a paroksha. That is called, so knowing the self as what is immediate, which is present in all the experiences, without which no experience is possible, but which is not an object of experience, right? And so that self one understands as Brahman. That's called Aparoksha Jnanam or Sakshatkara, Brahma Sakshatkara. Anyway, so that is one can gain this knowledge in this life. By doing this upasana, obstacles can go, then one can gain a Jivan Mukti or Marana Kaleva, we have discussed. Before death also, person can become free from obstacle due to upasana. Long, so long upasana. And one can gain jnana and become free. Or, goes to Brahmaloka and gains Krama Mukti. That is the topic going on. And Vidyaranya says this not out of imagination. He gives several support, my God. So many Upanishad Vakyas, even we can take the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita Smriti or Brahma Sutra also. Vyasacharya ji also supports Brahma Sutra various places. And one of that, we just mentioned last time, and that is Ikshatya Karmadhikaranam. That is the Ikshatya Adhikaranam, which is the first chapter, first khanda, and it is the fifth mantra, fifth sutra, I am sorry. But this Ikshatya Karmadhikaranam, that is first chapter, third pada, and the fourth sutra. Yeah, that was 115, this is 134. Looks very similar. Ikshatyadhikaranam, Ikshatya Karmadhikaranam. But this is really speaking out of many references in Brahma Sutra. Very direct reference for Nirguna Upasana leads to Krama Mukti, ultimately going to Brahmaloka, gain Jnanam, and that is the biggest support, Ikshatya Karmadhikaranam. But of course, in Vidyaranya quotes in 145 now, Apratikadhikaranam also. It's called Apratikaalambanadhikaranam also. Anyway, and here also in this 4315, this is mentioned. This Tatkratu Nyaya actually is mentioned. See, right, what we are discussing, Prashnopanishad Vakya, please understand, there's a lot of confusion. Prashnopanishad Vakya we are discussing, mantra we are discussing, the fifth chapter, fifth, in the fifth chapter, fifth khanda in Prashnopanishad, which is nothing but a question of a Satyakama Shaibya to Pippalada, the teacher, about this Omkara, Upasana, etc. And Pippalada in reply said very beautifully that yes, that you chant Omkara, you meditate on Omkara as Alambaram, and with the one matra, predominantly one matra, the akara, okara or makara, then definitely one gains this human birth again, sure, and good human birth. But you chant Omkara with Dvimatra Pradhana. Chant, no, I'm sorry, you meditate, of course. It's a mental chant. So you meditate on Omkara with the Dvimatra Pradhana, then you gain a Swargaloka. Very beautifully said. But you will return. That also has been mentioned in Prashnopanishad, in that fifth khanda itself. And you chant Omkara with Trimatra Pradhana. That also has been said in 144. You can see that Yaha upaste Trimatrena. Then Brahmaloke Niyate. The person will definitely goes to Brahmaloka and gains Jnanam and will not return. Gains Jnanam and will stay with Brahmaji so long as Brahmaloka is there. Jivan Mukti, one that way, will stay as a Mukta Purusha. And Brahmaloka will definitely, when it resolves at the time of Mahapralaya, then he will also become free along with the Brahmaji also. Like that it is there. So, so that is the Prashnopanishad mantra. But that is here in this Brahma Sutra, Acharya is giving a support for Nirguna Upasana leads to Karma Mukti. For that he quotes Brahma Sutra 4315, where Chandogya Upanishad is a basis. And we know very well, and that is Tatkratu Nyaya, Chandogya Upanishad 3rd chapter, 15th mantra, etc. So the mantra is Sa Yatha Kratu Bhavati. We have already seen. Saha Yatha Kratu Bhavati, Tatha Purushaha Bhavati. So Kratu means as person desires. We are taking as person meditates here, but as the person desires, so he becomes. And so Yam Yam Bapi Smaran Bhavam Tyajatyante Kalevaram, etc. So as the person meditates during a life, that would be the last thought in the before the death, and that will lead to, accordingly, will lead to a janma. So he becomes in next janma, So that is Tatkratu Nyaya. Kratu as such means a kamaha, but we take it here as a meditation. So Tatkratu means whatever the strong desire a person has at the time of death, so he becomes. And we know the example of Jadbharata also. So here, this Apratikadhikaranam, this Tatkratu Nyaya has been mentioned. So whatever Upasaka desires, he gets. So So Upasaka basically is resorting to Omkara Alambana and meditating on Nirguna Brahma. And so, well, suppose he has it is said here Sakamasya. Even though he is doing a Nirguna Brahma Upasana, resorting to the Omkara, full Omkara, Trimatra. And well, but he has a desire, Sakamasya. In verse 145, you can see here. Well, that is Sakamasya means he has a Brahmaloka desire. Nirguna Upasana, but he is doing Nirguna Brahma Upasana, resorting to Omkara, but he has a desire for Brahmaloka. Then Brahmaloka Phalam. So it is, Acharya says, well, Brahmaloka Phalam Sakamasya Varnitam. For such a Upasaka, resorting to Omkara Alambanam and doing Nirguna Brahma Upasana leads, he goes to Brahmaloka. But where is Tatkatunyaya? Because he desired Brahmaloka, but he basically meditate on Nirgunam Brahma, so he becomes one with Nirgunam Brahma. So as he meditates, well, so he becomes, not immediately, but later in Brahmaloka, he gains knowledge of Brahman, becomes one with Brahman, Nirgunam Brahma. So that kind of a thing. So three things actually are there. So one is Apratikadikaranam, which has a basis for discussing Tatkatunyaya of the Chandogya Upanishad. But both these things ultimately, comes under that Omkar Upasana of that Prashna Upanishad. With a Trimatra, etc., and meditating on Nirguna Brahma, will become free, goes to Brahmaloka, gains Krama Mukti, etc. That is the main thing. Under that, he quotes Brahma Sutra also, which has a basis. Any sutra, any adhikaranam, any topic in a Brahma Sutra has a basis in a particular Upanishad Vakyam. So that is the Chandogya Upanishad Vakyam, but that is the Tatkatunyaya Vakyam only. So, tasmat means by tying up all these three portions, Sakamasya. Well, this Nirguna Brahma, Upasakasya, Sakamasya, well, who has a desire for Brahmaloka, etc. So, well, for him, Brahma, this is definitely will gain that. Brahmaloka Phalam has been mentioned for such a Upasaka who is resorting to Omkara Upasana. Generally, all in the Veda, most of the Omkara Upasana means Nirgunam Omkara Upasana, resorting to Omkara as Alambanam, most of them are Nirgunam Brahma Upasana. And he's going to mention that also. Sagunam Upasana also, resorting to Nirguna, resorting to Omkara, also is there, but less. Omkara is Alambanam for both Saguna Brahma Upasana and Nirguna Brahma Upasana, where it is said in the Prashna Upanishad, there itself, in the 5th chapter, that 5th Khanda itself, that we will be seeing. It is going to come in this. So 146. Nirgunopasti samarthyat tatra tattvam avekshate punaravartate nayam kalpante cha vimuchyate. So going back to the second line of this 144, sa etasmat jivaganat parat param purusham vikshate. This line is explained in this verse. Etasmat jivaganat, I told you, jivaganat, which is nothing but a mass of all the jivas. This is Hiranyagarbha, Saguna Brahma. So etasmat jivaganat parat, which is param, of course exalted, Hiranyagarbha. Parat param, but even superior to that. Well, this param purusham vikshate. Who sees this param purusham Brahma, Nirgunam Brahma? Who is superior to even Hiranyagarbha or Saguna Brahma? Who sees that? Sahayaha upaste trimatrena. So Brahmaloke Niyate goes to Brahmaloka, and there he sees Nirguna Brahma. Means he understands oneself as a Nirguna Brahma. Nirguna Brahma is not an object of seeing, etc. So Vikshate is in terms of knowing here. As the seeing is so clear, whatever the object is so clear, same way he knows Brahman is very clear. That is why this is for knowledge, darshanam is always used. And you know very well, Atma vare drashtabhya. Atma is to be seen. So same thing. So Vikshate, he sees Brahman very clearly in Brahmaloka. No, he understands oneself as a Brahman. No more doubt. That's it. That is Krama Mukti. Mukti means you understand that you are free. Click. That is clear to you. Because the bondage, I am bound in any way, I am limited, that is ajnana. That's ajnana. So clearly seeing is this, nothing else. That you see yourself free. You know yourself free. That's it. No limitation whatsoever. In spite of limitations of the body, physical body, in spite of the limitations of the subtle body, in terms of emotions, memory, knowledge, and any other capacity of the mind. That's limited. In spite of all the limitations, in spite of limitations of the prana in terms of hunger, thirst, all those limitations are experienced so long as the person is alive. One cannot deny it. The body is there, and a general sense of I-ness also is there in the body, which will continue to experience the prarabdha. That is Ishvara's arrangement. It's order. So Swamiji, he will never experience any limitation at all, Jnani. He will experience limitations. So far as, but he understands it's not my limitation. That's a difference. So in spite of the limitations of the body, mind, senses, one understands oneself as a limitless consciousness. That is the beauty. That's the beauty, that I am not limited. Identifying with the body, etc. And a general identification will continue. Otherwise, how will the body will remain sentient? So a consciousness pervades the body. That's fine, and therefore there will be a general identification with the body to experience prarabdha. That's order. But yes, a special, the special identification means, due to ignorance, taking oneself as body. Oneself, what is one's reality? Oh, I am body, I am human being, I am this, I am that. That has gone. That has gone. That's the thing. So, now here it says, so that second line of 144 is explaining in this. So here it says, Tatra is there, Brahmaloke, that this Nirguna Brahma Upasaka, has resorted to Omkara, Alambaram, Trimatra Omkara. He knows Tattvam Avekshate in the Brahmaloka, while he understands the Tattvam. What is that? That I am that Nirguna Brahma, which I meditated upon in the human life, and resorting to Omkara with the Trimatra. So Nirguna Upasti Samarthyat, because of the strength of that Nirguna Upasana, which he did in Prithviloka as a human being, he gains Brahmajnanam in a Brahmaloka. That's called Brahmaloke Tattvam Avekshate. Vikshate, Avekshate means to see. Means he knows. Then what he gains is Kramamukti. So he will be there. Throughout that present creation is there. So Brahmaloka also will be there, and so definitely will be there throughout. So it says here, Punaravartate na ayam kalpante cha vimuchyate. Ayam na punaravartate. He will not return. Kalpante. When the whole kalpa, creation is, the given cycle of creation is over, definitely Brahmaloka also will resolve. He will resolve. He will also merge into Brahman. So that kind of a thing has been mentioned. Na punaravartate, will not be reborn here. Kalpante vimuchyate. So in Brahmaloka he enjoys that Jivan Mukti kind of thing. Once he gains knowledge from Brahmaji, because what happens is these upasakas have been led actually. That is called Archiradi Marga, Shukla Marga. There are certain destinations, and he goes to Vidyulloka, and then that is from Vidyulloka, he goes, he stays there in Vidyulloka, waiting for somebody. And then from Brahmaloka the person comes, but the person is not having this kind of a body. Amanavaha Brahmagamayati. So Amanavaha, he doesn't have this human body, but entity comes, some celestial entity, divine entity comes and takes him to Brahmaloka. But Brahmaloka, where will he go in Brahmaloka? No, they directly take him to Brahmaji. That has been mentioned in Chandogya, In 4th chapter, 14th mantra, I think 15th mantra, and also in 5th chapter also. So, and that has been quoted in the next verse also. You can, it has been said there. No, for this, oh, for 146 itself, yeah. 4:15:5 and 5:10:2. I'll just read for you a little bit, not much. So, it says, मासेभ्यः संवत्सरं संवत्सरात् आदित्यम् आदित्यात् चंद्रमसं चंद्रमसः विद्युतं तत्पुरुषः अमानवः सः एनान् उपासकान् ब्रह्म गमयति. He takes them to Brahma, सगुण ब्रह्म, ब्रह्माजी. एषः देवपथः ब्रह्मपथः एतेन प्रतिपद्यमानाः इमं मानवम् आवर्तं न आवर्तन्ते. इमं मानवम् आवर्तं. Well, this manav, manusha loka, imam manavam avartam na avartante. These people, once they reach to Brahmaji, meet Brahmaji, and something happens. No, they gain knowledge. Na avartante. They won't reach. This is this what I quoted is a 4:15:1. Okay, and same thing is there in a 5:10:2 in Chandogya. Both the places almost same mantra. So that we can understand. 147. Pranavopastayas prayah nirguna eva devedagaha kvachit sagunatapyukta pranavopasanyasyahi. So he makes a general remark before going to a Upanishad pramana or other pramanas for Krama Mukti. He says Pranavopastayah. Upasti or Upasanam means meditation. Upastayah is basically a plural of that. So Nadi, Nadyo, Nadyah, etc. So Pranavopasti or Mati, and Matayah, etc. So Matayah is a plural. Same way Pranavopastayah. So, well, this Pranava Upasana, Omkar Upasana, which is there, Vedagaha, which obtains in the Veda. Vedeshu gachanti iti Vedagaha, which obtains. Vedeshu gachanti means they don't go into, means what obtains. For that also Gamdhatu is used. So, Vedagaha Pranavopastaya. The Omkar Upasanas which are there, available in this Vedas, various several Upanishads. Well, and where first I already said Nrsimha Tapani Upanishad, Vidyaranya quoted, then this Prashna Upanishad also, right? So, Prayaha, mostly such upasanas, and Pranavopasti is equal to Nirguna Brahma Upasana. I have already told you last time. So, Omkar Upasana means Omkar Alambanam. Like you say, I'm doing a Shivalinga Puja. You are not doing a Shivalinga Puja, you are doing a Shiva Puja. But you say sometime Linga Puja. Same way here, whatever the Alambanam is there, you mention with that. So, Pranava Upasana, but Swamiji, we are talking about Nirguna Brahma Upasana. Pranava Upasana is Nirguna Brahma Upasana, Pranava is Alambanam. Just as the Lingam is Alambanam for Parameshwar Puja, same way. Shaligrama Puja I am doing, Swamiji. It's a Vishnu Puja, same thing. Same way, Pranava Upasana is equal to Nirguna Brahma Upasana. Prayaha, mostly, means some exceptions. Well, Kvachit means in some rare cases, Sagunatapi Ukta. So, Pranavopastaya Prayaha Nirgunaha, first thing. Prayaha Nirgunaha eva. So, this is to be, you make an Anvaya. Pranavopastaya Prayaha Vedagaha Pranavopastaya Prayaha Nirgunaha eva bhavanti. That's a separate sentence. And I would like to express this, I would like to explain this particular construction where there are two things here. One is an adjective and one is a subjective complement. We should understand this thing. Like, see, Ramaha Veeraha Bhavati. Rama is a warrior. Now, this Veeraha, if you remove from the sentence, then you feel the sentence has no meaning. Ramaha Veeraha Bhavati, right? You remove Veeraha. Ramaha Bhavati. Rama is. You have an expectancy. Right? You have Akanksha. That Swamiji should say something. Rama is what? Rama is a king. Rama is a husband of this. What? So, I supply. So, it's a compliment. Right? So Ramaha Veeraha Bhavati. So Veeraha is called a subjective complement. A subject, right? Ramaha is a subject. So you are supplying subjective complement. But Veeraha Ramaha Raja Bhavati, suppose. There Veeraha is an adjective. Even if it is there, fine. If it is not there, fine. Ramaha Raja Bhavati, right? That. So here Raja is a subjective complement. Veeraha is an adjective. Same way here. Same way here. Pranavo Vedagaha Pranavopastayah Prayah Nirgunaha Eva Bhavanti. So Vedagaha is an adjective to Pranavopastayah. And Prayah Nirgunaha Bhavanti. That Nirgunaha is a subjective complement. So the Praya, I mean Vedagaha Pranavopastayah Prayah Bhavanti. So the Nirguna Upasanas or Omkar Upasanas obtained in the Vedas are there. Are. Bhavanti. Are. What? Are Nirgunaha. Could you follow what I am saying? Yeah. Paramathanji is to give a very big emphasis on this. What is subjective complement? There are objective complements also. So subjective complement and adjective, you should know the difference between the two. So this is how it is. Pranavopastaya Praya. Praya means in general. In what obtains in the Upanishads, all Omkar Upasanas, mostly, in general, they are all Nirguna Upasana only. Nirguna Brahma Upasana. Kvachit. In some rare cases, Sagunatapi Ukta. Well, resorting to Omkar Upasana, I mean Omkar Alambanam, Saguna Brahma Upasana also has been mentioned. So Pranav Upasanasya Kvachit Sagunata api bhavati. So this is also Pranav Upasanasya Sagunata. There, that's it's a way of constructing the sentence. Pranav Upasanasya Sagunata is equal to Pranava Upasanam Sagunam. Yeah. So abstract noun along with the sixth case of a word, some abstract noun along with the sixth case is like this. Like Sharkaraya Madhuratvam or Madhurata, let us say. Sharkaraya Madhurata. The sweetness of the sugar. Means what? Sugar is sweet. So Sharkaraya Madhurata or Madhuratvam is equal to Sharkara Madhura. That's it. Simple. But this is the way Bhashyakara uses. We should know the style of the Bhashyam. Bhashyakara also uses like this. Sixth case of a word along with the abstract noun. Yeah. So same way here. Saguna, what is that? Pranava Upasanasya Sagunata. Means Pranava Upasanam Sagunam. Kvachit. Yeah, some in rare cases that is Sagunam also. Anyway, let's go to 148. We are now closing towards the towards the end of the chapter now. Yeah, a big thing is going to come later. Para Brahma Rupaha Omkara Upavarnitaha Pippaladena Munina Satyakamaya Pruchate. So he says, well, this Prashnopanishad, because now he has to say, when you say this Saguna Brahma Upasana with the help of Omkara also is there, Kvachit, somewhere, in few places. But where? He says Prashnopanishad itself, he says that. Where he Pippalada introduces Omkara for both. In the very second mantra of the fifth khanda. Yeah. Etadvai Satyakamaha Param cha Aparam Brahma Yat Omkara. This Omkara is Alambanam for Param Brahma, Nirgunam Brahma, or Aparam Brahma. Omkara is Alambanam for both the Upasanas. So, some few places this has been mentioned. So, relevant mantra is, he quotes means here he gives the essence of that mantra, 5.2 of the Prashnopanishad. So, Pippaladena Munina, by Pippalada teacher, Satyakamaya Pruchate. Pruchate Satyakamaya, Upavarnitam. So, he replies Pippaladena Munina by Pippalada teaching this teacher. This reply has been, or this Omkara is introduced to whom? To the asking Satyakama. So, in verse 143, you will find Shaibya Prashna. And here it is Satyakama, Satyakamaya Pruchate, same thing. Because there the name Shaibya has been told. Here it is Satyakama. I have already told you it is Satyakama, Shaibya Satyakama. Satyakama Jabala is in Chandogya. But this Satyakama Shaibya is in Prashnopanishad. And he asked about Omkara. That one does a Omkar Upasana throughout the life. What will happen to that person? Then in reply to that, Pippalada said everything. So Pippalada taught Omkara as a Pratikalambanam for, I have told you, it's a symbol actually, for both Param and Aparam Brahma. Parapara Brahma Rupaha Omkaraha, Upavarnita, mentioned. Pippaladena Munina, that you have to take. Pippaladena Munina Upavarnitaha. Parapara Brahma Rupaha Omkaraha. To whom? Satyakamaya Pruchate. To that. As Pruchate is a fourth case of the present active participle of Pruchadatu called Pruchat. Pruchat, that's a participle, means asking. And the fourth case is to that asking. Who is that asking person? Satyakamaya. So it's also fourth case. All these are participles adjectival usage. Participle has adverbial usage, adjectival usage. Also it has a finite verb usage, etc. etc. Swamiji, don't discuss too much of grammar. This is simple, I am asking. It's not too difficult thing. Yeah. Verse 149. Etadalambanam jnatva yo yadichati tasya tat Idi proktam yamenapi pruchate nachiketase. Another quotation where Omkara has been shown as an alambanam, pratikalambanam for both the types of upasana, Saguna Brahma upasana and Nirguna Brahma upasana. Kathopanishad. So Kathopanishad, the 1 to 16 and 17. First 1 to 16 is what? Etadeva aksharam brahma, etadeva aksharam param. Well, etadeva aksharam jnatva yo yadichati tasya tat. That's the first. And then 17th mantra, etadalambanam sheshtham, etadalambanam param, etadalambanam jnatva yo yadichati tasya tat omiti, etc. etc. So etadeva aksharam brahma. This Omkara is a aksharam, ekaksharam, right? Omkara is aksharam here. Omkara is Brahman, aparam Brahma. Why aparam Brahma? Because immediately etadeva aksharam param. Therefore, this Omkara is a param Brahma. Omkara is Brahman means Omkara is a aparam Brahma. Well, etadeva aksharam jnatva. And one who meditates on this Omkara, who is alambanam for aparam and param Brahma, etadeva aksharam jnatva, dhyatva, well, yo yadichati tasya tat. If you meditate on Brahman as a Sagunam Brahma, then, well, desiring Sagunam Brahma, you meditate on Omkara, well, you gain Sagunam Brahma. You gain a post of Brahmaji. Not immediately. Not immediately. Already Brahmaji is right now there, right? This creation, the Kalpa is going on. So you will not replace him. Yeah, no. So, well, you will vote of no confidence. And the person is removed. No. This Kalpante. In the next Kalpa. Maybe not in next Kalpa. We don't know. But there were many before, suppose, who has meditated like this on Omkara and must be, waiting to become a Brahmaji in a next Kalpa. But anyway, many Kalpas will be there. So, in some Kalpa, he will be also a Brahmaji. But then he will be Brahmaji, then he is born as Brahmaji. He is born Brahmaji means, well, definitely it's a direct manifestation of Ishvara, right? Not via Ajnanam. It's not via Ajnanam. It's Avatara kind of a thing. Avatara is with the help of Sarvajñatvam. Yeah. Any Avatara is born of Sarvajñatvam. Janma is basically born of ignorance. Karma. Yeah, that's a big difference between them. It's a direct manifestation. Ishvara alone manifests as a Hiranyagarbha, Brahma, and then creates further the entire creation. But material being the same, well, becomes Virat. So anyway, so this is two things. So that is how, what is that, our paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya, etc., etc. Parmeshwara definitely descends to lift the human beings. Yeah, he descends. But basically other jivas, they fall, right? It's a fall. Like person falls in the well, and person descends the well in order to lift the person who has fallen. Yeah, that kind of a difference between them. So Ishvara descends in order to the people, lift the people who have fallen, right? Fallen from dharma. Yeah, dharmic way of life is a mandate here. That's a mandate. Why it's a mandate? There is no mandate of God actually. But that is the thing. Dharma means doing what is to be done. And human being doesn't do because of the free will, abuse of free will. Yeah, that's called a dharma. Yeah, doing what is to be done. Doing what is to be done, only one gains and one gains a harmony with the world. Because everybody, everything, and everybody other than human being is doing what is to be done. Yeah, following dharma. And therefore, well, if you also do, well, you will fall in harmony with the world. Harmony with the Ishvara. That gives a joy. That is why whenever we do something which is supposed to be done, we feel joy. Yeah. And that is the way of life. That was dharma samsthapanarthaya. In order to establish that again, that dharmika way of living, well, I descend and make them again, teach them dharma. And at the same time, killing what is adharma. Yeah. Destroying adharma by destroying adharmikas. Yeah. That's both the purposes. Anyway, so etadalambaram, anyway, so here it says a quotation from Kathopanishad. So, and yo yadichati tasya tat. If you meditate on Sagunam Brahma, well, you will also gain Sagunam Brahma. Means you become Brahmaji, Hiranyagarbha. And if you, well, meditate as Nirgunam Brahma, looking upon Pratika, Omkara as Nirgunam Brahma, then you gain Nirgunam Brahma, means you gain knowledge, identity, that I am Brahma, Nirgunam Brahma. So that's very beautiful. Means Omkara is Alambanam. It's an amazing thing. Not actually, Kathopanishad says Gnatva. I translated as a Dhyatva, but it is true. It is very true. And Bhashakara says there Paramchet Gnatavyam, Aparamchet Dhyatavyam. Bhashakara is very nicely said that. Paramchet, Param Brahma, then it should be known. Aparamchet, it should be meditated upon. But Param Brahma also becomes an object of meditation like this. Taking Alambanam. Two Alambanams are there, either Omkara, either Aham. Before we discussed Ahangra Upasana, this is a Pratik Upasana. But Paramchet Gnatavyam, that remains true. Even if you meditate upon, well, you gain Param Brahma ultimately by knowing. So that way it is true. Paramchet Gnatavyam, Aparamchet Dhyatavyam. Aparam is Sagunam Brahma. And this is also again elaborately discussed by Bhashyakara in Brahma Sutra also, Karyadhikaranam, and which is very close to that Apratikadhikaranam, etc. Apratika-alambanadhikaranam, 415, which he mentioned in 145. So there itself, before that 4314 actually, the 4th chapter, 3rd pada, 14th sutra. That's called Karyadhikaranam. Well, this is again discussed, like the same thing has been discussed in Karyadhikaranam also. It's a very big analysis that Nirgunam Brahma can't be reached by travel. It's a myself only. So it's not question of travel. So anyway, Here it says, etadalambanam jnatva yo yadichati tasya tat iti proktam yamena. Well, Yamaraja, this has been taught by Yamaraja to the Pruchate Nachiketase. Well, here Nachiketa has asked a question and Yamaraja was teaching. Well, definitely in that this has been mentioned. Earlier in Prashnopanishad, Satyakama has asked question regarding Omkar Upasana and Pippalada answered. Here Yamaraja has answered. So same. Pruchate Nachiketase here. Earlier it is Pruchate Satyakamaya. Verse 150. Ihava marane chasya brahmaloke thava bhavet brahma sakshat krutis samyak upasinasya nirgunam. So ultimately what is the message? That Nirguna Brahma Upasaka will gain Jnanam when and where that depends. Nirgunam samyak upasinasya. For a person who has practiced Nirguna Brahma Upasana, either on Omkara as Alambanam, either as Aham as Alambanam, Ahankara as Alambanam, that's called Ahangra Upasana. Anywhere, resorting to anything, either taking Alambanam of a Omkara or Ahankara. If a Upasana has been done, Samyak Upasinasya, one who has done this Upasana for a long time, well, definitely Brahma Sakshat Kritihi Bhavet, definitely he will gain Brahma Sakshatkara. He will be able to accept that I am that Brahman as a fact. It's a fact, but he is not able to accept because of the some obstacles. So Sakshat Kritihi Bhavet, Brahma Sakshat Kritihi Samyak Upasinasya, Nirgunam Samyak Upasinasya. Well, definitely Brahma Sakshat Kritihi Bhavet. Where Iha, here, Marane, before the death, or Brahmaloke, or in Brahmaloka, either way. But this will definitely happen. Either you resort, take alambanam of a Omkara or alambanam of yourself, the ego, Ahankara, which is known to you, I. Either. Both are known to you. Well, take those alambanam, pratikalambanam, or ahangra upasana, either pratikopasana or ahangra upasana. But if you do this, you will gain Brahma Saksha, you will gain knowledge ultimately and become free. Iha, Marane, Brahmaloke, either. So this is regarding verse 150. Now let's go to verse 151. Arthoyamatmagitayam api spashtamudiritah vicharakshama atmanam upasiteti santatam. So now, Upanishad Vakyas in support of this Nirguna Brahma Upasana, especially Omkar Upasana, has been mentioned. Even Brahma Sutra also references have been given. And now he quotes from other text. So, it is now he is quoting from Atma Puran. So first he mentions here, and then the verses, following verses 152, 3, 4, etc., where the quotations from the Atma Puran regarding the same thing. Nirguna Brahma Upasana leads to Krama Mukti, like that. So here Vidyaranya points out, says, Vichara Kshamaha Atmanam Upasita. A person who is not able to complete the Mahaka Vichara, Vichara Akshamaha. Akshamaha means not capable of analyzing Mahavakya. Vichara means a Mahavakya Vichara. So if he's not able to do Atmanam Upasita, definitely he can do this Upasana of Atma, means Brahman, Nirguna Brahma. Santatam Upasita, Atmanam Santatam. He should do Upasana regularly, Santatam. So, Ayam Artha means this meaning. This meaning means what? That Nirgunam Brahma iti Ayam Artha. This Nirgunam Brahma Upasana, etc., is in context with the same context. This Atma Gitayam. Atma Gita means Atma Purana, which is written by Vidyaranya's teacher. So he is quoting his own teacher's text. So an Atma Purana is also, it's exactly, Vidyaranya has composed a text called Anubhuti Prakasha, where what he has done is in Anubhuti Prakasha, he has taken certain important Upanishad Vakyas and analyzed it in different chapters. So, like the one chapter fully for the Kathopanishad important mantras, and he has composed in a verse form. And his teacher Shankaranji, who has taken certain Upanishad Vakyas, 10 Upanishads, and also Kaushitaki and Upanishad, and he has taken important mantras and analyzed it again in verse form. And there are 4 volumes of Atma Purana, very beautiful. Swami, our Swamiji, Vitatmaji is right now teaching in Ahmedabad this Atma Purana, which has started many years ago, because it are 4 volumes. First volume for Upanishad belongs to Rigveda. Second volume belongs, the Upanishads belongs to the Yajurveda, like that. So, not the entire Upanishad, all the mantras, some important mantras. Like in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, very beautiful, in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, the very portion which called Yagnavalkya Janak Samvada, certain Brahmanas, which is nothing but a dialogue between a Yagnavalkya and Janaka. Janaka asked question and Yagnavalkya replied and imparted this teaching. Now it's a very important portion. That portion has been picked up by Shankaranandji and discussed elaborately. My God, many verses. That's how it's called Puranam. Puranam is which is literally diluted. So it's in so many verses, so many. And like that, then the other Upanishad, etc. So same, Anubhuti Prakasha by Vidyaranya, Atma Puranam by his teacher called Shankaranandji. And that here it is said, Vidyaranya says it is Atma Gita. It's Atma Purana. And but this particular thing, Vicharakshamaha Atmanam Upasita Santatam Upasita iti, but that quotation, where is there in Atma Purana, is very difficult to find. I also tried, but I could not find. And the 4 volumes, so many verses. So I was not able to search. And here they have also not given. Maybe Ramakrishna Mission people also, they could not find, but it looks like. I have volume here, I thought I will be able to find, but I could not. So anyway, so Vidyaranya's teacher was Shankaranji is known. The very first verse of the Pancadasi, Namah Shri Shankarananda Guru Padambu Janmane Savilasa Mahavoha Graha Grasaika Karmane, the very first verse, which is a Mangalacharanam, where he does a prayer to his teacher before starting the text, composing the text. Therefore, Shankaranji is his guru, that's for sure. Anyway, so in Atma Purana you find a certain discussion of a Kaushitaki Upanishad, discussion of a Nrsimhatapani Upanishad, plus our 10 Upanishads. And there this is Udiritam, Spashtam Udiritam. What? Ayam Artha, that Omkara Upasana, taking alam of Omkara and doing Nirguna Brahma Upasana will lead to Krama Mukti. That Artha, that is, that context, and Atma Gita, that Atma Purana, Spashtam Udiritam. This has been clearly mentioned. And then now he explains. He takes that certain Vakyas of the Atma Purana and shows this thing also. Sakshat kartuma shaktopi chintayed mama shankitah kalena anubhava rudah bhaveyam phalito dhruvam. So these are all quotations. 152, 153, 154 are quotations from Atma Purana. Number is not known. And here Shankaranandji gives instruction by assuming that Nirguna Brahma itself has an Acharya and saying. We have to assume, even though Nirguna Brahma can't teach, right? But as if Nirguna Brahma is Acharya and giving instruction. That kind of a thing Shankaranji is assuming. And so what is, so Shloka is written as though Brahman is speaking, Nirguna Brahman is speaking. What Brahman says? Mam sakshat kartum ashaktah api even though, well, you are not able to accept it as a fact, well, aparokshi kartum or sakshat kartum, then, well, means you are not able to understand that I am Brahman, you are not able to say that. Don't worry, mam chintayet, may you meditate on me, means may you meditate on the self that you are Brahman. Well, may you superimpose upon yourself that you are Brahman. Ashankitah, without any hesitation, keep doing. So, kalena, well, then definitely this kalena means in general, well, it may happen that in this janma or in a next janma or at the time of death. Before it said iha marane brahmaloke. So kalena, which is means in course of time, as we said, that kind of a translation. In course of time, well, you will definitely will be able to say what that asakshat kartum ashaktopi chintayet mama shankitah kalena anubhava. So you will definitely climb on this anubhava. Means you will climb on this aparoksha jnanam, that phalitah, this will result into this anubhava or sakshatkara. Dhruvam, nishitam, means certainly you will gain. Phalitam means as a result you will definitely gain this anubhava, you gain this knowledge. There is no anubhava. There is no anubhava. Brahma anubhava is not possible. Like you are experiencing me, then you are experiencing a table, you are experiencing a chair. Same way, well, Brahma anubhava. There is no, because there is no anubhava. There is no chair anubhava without Brahma anubhava. Therefore, in all anubhava, what is there is Brahman. And therefore, definitely, here there is no special Brahma anubhava. You should understand that every anubhava is a Brahma anubhava. That is the reality. What is there in anubhava, the object, etc., is a mithya. That is namarupa is mithya. What is there is just Brahman. The essence of every anubhava is Brahman. There is no anubhava of Brahman. There is definitely a realization, that kind of that in every anubhava what is present is Brahman alone. So bodham prati yad viditam tad Brahma pratibodha viditam matam. So what is there is in every anubhava is Brahman. Anyway, so here, so because anubhava word is used, that sound, and therefore anubhava aruda, you will definitely, as a result, you will definitely, certainly, you will gain this sakshat kartum shaktosi. Earlier you were ashaktosi, but now you are able to say, yes, I am Brahman, which is the essence of all the experiences. What is present as experiencer, what is an object of experience, and the very experience, well, all this is one alone. That is Brahman, consciousness. Anyway, so this is 152 from Atma Purana, and 153 also now he quotes from that. Yathagādanidir labdhau nopāya khananam vina mallabepi tatha svatma chintam muktva nachāparah. So now he gives an example, very beautiful example, which is, the example is given for Nirguna Brahma Upasana, that, well, this Nirguna Brahma Upasana is like digging a well, bore well. So we don't know, water is there under the ground. That is fact. That one cannot deny. But how much we should dig, that is not known. So, borewell machine continues to dig until water is found. So, sometime you may get after 50 feet, or sometime you get 150 feet, 200 feet. In Ahmedabad, it is 2000 feet, by the way. 1500 to 2000 feet. Now the water is so gone. And that too, some part of sea is already there, it seems, because it's a lot of salty water. It's very salty. Here I feel in this Pennsylvania, perhaps it is less than, around about this AVG, maybe 50-100 feet is sufficient to get good water. Anyway, so how much we should dig, we don't know. So definitely, at a certain level, well, water is there, and if you dig it, continue to dig, you will get it. Similarly, how long Nirguna Brahma Upasana should continue, Even suppose a person is going to ask at the end of the chapter, well, answer I'm giving you right now, like that Vidyaranya wants to say. So, so how long Nirguna Brahma Upasana continue? Well, it depends upon area to area. It depends upon student to student. Which area, how much we should dig. Well, the area like this, Pennsylvania, etc., or this, well, you have to dig less. If it is a India and attached to Ahmedabad, you have to dig more. So depends upon the area. Same way Nirguna Brahma Upasana also is a digging process. How long we should dig? Well, depends upon the student basically. What is destination? Water there. Here what is destination? Knowledge. Aham Brahmasmi. That is also fact. The water is there very much. Here Aham Brahmasmi also is a fact. So definitely one should keep on digging, doing Nirguna Brahma Upasana. Aham Brahma, 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 Aham Brahma. Somebody, we get tired if we speak. You have not to speak. It is not Upasana. I am saying do it here. Here. Okay. So anyway, yatha, as in the case of example, aghada nidehe labdhau. Nidhi means a treasure, treasure of water. Aghada means very deeply located treasure. Labdhau, in finding it, well, khananam vina upayaha nasti. Labdhau means labdha vishay. Well, with regards to that deeply located, with regards to the finding of the deeply located water treasure, Khananam vina upaya nasti, there is no other method other than the digging. Khananam means digging. Upaya means a method. Tatha, in the same way, means in a Dashtanta also, Mallabhe api, Brahman is telling, in finding me alone, well, it is nothing but aparoksha jnanam. Aparaha upayaha nasti. Aparaha nasti means apara upayaha nasti. There is no other means other than swatma chintam muktva. Muktva means vina. Vina swatma chintam. Chinta means here upasana. There is no other means other than meditating upon oneself. Means meditating upon oneself as a Nirguna Brahma. Like that. So this is also the same thing. 154 to 158. Well, we'll complete. Also, I will give you a summary at that time. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.